Hi guys, congratulations on the new season.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got to watch a few of the episodes last night, and I have lots to ask you about. So let's start. Let's start with you, Washington, since we'll put you in the hot seat, since a lot of it deals with you. Um, so the show makes a bit, about your struggle with sobriety, and what do you how does it feel to see that on film and up there for everyone to see?
It's the toughest thing I've ever done by far. It's probably even tougher than, watching my marriage go through the struggles that it does. I've struggled with sobriety for a long time. And growing up, I've always been molded, that I'm a man, I'm Asian, that I should be able to control, my drinking. And, unfortunately, that's not something I can control. And to have to face that in front of the world, it's super hard. And it continues to be hard, but it's that pressure that makes Washington Ho thrive. And that's why I'm grateful for the show. It's, with sobriety, my relationship with my wife has gotten better. But what I've learned is that I have to own that journey to be successful in that journey. And that's what it's taught me.
Yeah. And Lesley, you make a pretty big deal about the parents and their role in sort of indulging Washington. I thought that was pretty brave of you.
Also,
yeah, you're pretty ballsy. Talk a little bit about, your role in the family and how you're not afraid to call things out.
I think from season one, this season, I've found more of a voice, especially with his parents. I kind of a voice of what I need from Washington. And, they sometimes enable him to, not in a positive way either. And just going back with, how he was raised, I definitely am more cognizant of how Roosevelt's raised because he spends a lot of time with my in-laws. And so, I don't want like a mini Washington running around and having to see what his parents have struggled with. I'm trying to save us and Roosevelt in the future for that. So, I mean, yeah, I think I've gotten some repercussions for saying stuff to his parents, but I think, if it wasn't for the show, I don't know if I'd be that ballsy.
Judy, so let's talk a little bit about you. You've got a really interesting journey going on with IVF and meeting, getting ready for a wedding. Talk a little bit about, having that on screen and something so personal, right up on the screen like that.
Yeah, I mean, IVF was something that we chose to go ahead and share on screen because I know a lot of people deal with that. It was hard because right when we started filming, we had just had an unsuccessful transplant. So at the time, I was really sad about that and like not hopeful that the next one would work because, I'm older and I just didn't know what was going to happen. So the uncertainty of that was hard. But, I've had Nate holding my hand throughout that. And thankfully it all worked out. And you can see that on episode 1, we hear the heartbeat for the first time. And I'm great that that's on camera. I can always go back to that.
Yeah. So what does it feel like to be, growing a family like this, literally on screen?
That's not something I ever expected, but I hope our son looks back on it and realize, how much we prayed for him and hoped for him and what we went through to have him here with us today.
Yeah. So a question for all of you, obviously the show is blazing a trail for Asian representation, especially in reality TV, where there's not a lot of representation generally. Talk a little bit about your feelings about, being these sort of role models in this area of TV.
I think we're the only ones crazy enough to air our dirty laundry because most Asian families would not do that. Even our parents sometimes are like, oh, don't talk about this or don't talk about that. But, me, Wash and Leslie, we're very like, oh, we're showing it all. And, I feel like people of our generation are just like, we don't need to save face anymore. Everyone struggles and let's just let everyone connect in that, at that level.
Yeah, for me, you know, being Asian and being male, I've always, you know, it's in our culture, you know, the drinking, the partying, everything, whether it's a good day or a bad day, it's like, hey, let's take shots. If you watch any Asian person's social media over the weekend, all they do is drop bottles. So for me to do the opposite of that and to stop, it's really hard. But the rewarding thing is the messages I get from around the world of me inspiring other Asian males like myself that, you know, sobriety is a good thing and that it's okay to admit weakness, you know, in a field where we're supposed to be strong. And, you know, I think I've saved some marriages, you know, by being honest and open. I mean, those are the messages I've gotten, and that inspires me to keep going, including saving my own marriage.
I think I've ruined some marriages. People are like, oh, I was inspired to leave my marriage because you were like, oh, I'm so unhappy. And I took the next step and told my parents too. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
It balances out. So
Lesley, what do you think?
I mean, I love that the show has it's created a space to show inclusivity and diversity, you know, the shared identity that we have with other Asians, and also the shared pain, you know, with Asian hate going on. And
Yeah.
to see that, to see that you're not alone and just to have us out there. I don't know about role models, but, you know, if it gives anyone like a sense of peace or, you know, just a feeling of belonging in this world, to see someone out there that's similar to them, that goes through the similar situations, especially in the cultural aspect. I mean, I think that's a great thing.